You're watching Toronto Sports Rush on the Bet Rivers Network.
It's always a good day when you can talk to a Hall of Famer and a legend. And today we get to do that with Bernie Federko. Bernie, how you doing?
Dan, I'm doing great, thank you.
Former Foam Lake Flyer.
Yes, you know what? And for what I understand, they just won the province. I was just told that I think on Monday they ended up winning the provincials or something. So it was the first time they'd ever done that, and I kind of got a little email about it, and it's pretty exciting for the Flyers to win the province. So it goes back a long time ago.
Saskatchewan's full of little towns like Foam Lake. Give us your little snapshot of what makes Foam Lake a great place to grow up.
Well, everything is right there. I mean, I think that growing up as a kid, and probably is still that way now, is that you really never had to try out to try to make a team. If you were in the age group, you were on the team, and you didn't really. You had friends immediately. You were a part of a team, and depending on how good you were, whether you got to play more or play less, depending on the skill level you had. But I think that's kind of the beautiful thing about growing up in the little towns, is that whether it's basketball at the high school level or whatever you're playing, especially hockey, there's always ice, there's always the opportunity, and you can go general skating, and there's a lot of things to do sports-wise, and I think that's what's really special about small town Saskatchewan. Grabbing
your skates after school, it was always a great feeling sitting in school knowing you're going to play hockey after. Did you recapture that feeling when you were in the pros, or were you always searching for, I want to feel like that again, where I just can't wait to play?
I think as time goes on, I mean, I think you always have that itch inside you, and that I guess that little child attitude that you have. It's a fun game. I mean, I think that for us to be fortunate enough to play the game all our lives and then make a living out of it is pretty special. I mean, there's not a lot of people that get that opportunity. So I think you kind of always have to act as a kid, because you always have to try to get better. You always want to be a part of your team. You want to always excel at whatever you do. And I think that everybody that's ever played the game loves the game. And I still love the game. It's given me everything that I have. And I still have an awful lot of fun watching it. I don't play anymore, but I still have so many fond memories and so many great friends because of it, that it'll always be special.
How fun was the game for you in 1975? 72 games with the Blades, 72 goals, 187 points. At some point during that season, it had to creep into your head where you said, this is too easy.
Well, I don't know if ever is too easy, but it was certainly a great year. I mean, we had a really good hockey club. Jackie McLeod was a great coach, and I had a lot of really good teammates. So, yeah, things really went well for me that year for whatever reason. I mean, everything other than us winning it all would have been nice to get to the Memorial Cup. We ended up losing in 7 games to New Westminster in the Western Final. That year, and that was tough about it. But really, it was a special year. It couldn't have come at a better time, especially when it's draft year, and to have that type of year, it was very, very special for me.
So you play for the Blades, then you go to the Blues. You play every season in the NHL for the Blues, but one. And you were also in St. Louis in 1983 when the Blues almost moved to Saskatoon. At any point in 83, did you start looking at real estate back in Saskatchewan?
No, we never really got that far with it. But being from Saskatchewan, my folks live there. My wife's from there. Her parents were there. So I've got brothers. She's got siblings there as well. So they were keeping us pretty well informed. If that would have happened, it would have been probably pretty easy for us to pull the trigger and get a chance to get a house or whatever it would have been at the time. But it was kind of, there was a lot of talk. I think there was maybe a lot of smoke. I don't know how much fire there really was. I mean, Bill Hunter was trying hard, but I think there was a lot of resistance from the league during the time, and it to us, we were kind of the outsiders as players looking in, saying, okay, it's out of our control. So if it comes to that point, we'll just make the move if we have to. But really never did get that far.
You left out the best part of Bill Hunter's name, Wild Bill Hunter. They called him Wild Bill Hunter. Did you ever meet the guy?
Yes, of course, I did. He was trying hard, and it would have been wonderful for Saskatchewan. I think that, as everybody always says, I mean, economically, could the province of Saskatchewan, could have Saskatoon been able to support an NHL franchise that, well, especially now when you look at the salaries now and the cap that's there, can smaller towns like that afford to have a franchise like that? I don't know. I don't know what the answer to that is, but yes, Bill was he was adamant about getting it done, and to his displeasure, it didn't happen, but he certainly did try an awful hard to get that job done.
Bernie, hearing you say Saskatchewan is music to my ears, because one of my biggest annoyances in life is when people say Saskatchewan. It's win at the end. It's win at the end.
Well, it's funny is that, we've been living in the States an awful long time. So it's funny. I get bugged about saying certain words differently than maybe my growing up is. But I still think we're always Canadian. We'll always have some of the Canadian accents that everybody has. So some of that stuff never changes.
So you're now a Blues analyst. When Jim Montgomery, a friend of us here, took over that team, they were 9-12-1. Since Jim took over, since Monty took over, they're now 41-28-7, including a current 10-game win streak. Could you ever have imagined the turnaround that you've seen with this team?
Not really. No, not to this extent. I mean, obviously, there were some pieces that need to change and some things need to change. And I think that Monty was the perfect guy to come in and do that. I mean, he's a very personable guy, really obviously established coach in the league. He's had great success everywhere he's been. And I think when Doug Armstrong got the opportunity to get Monty to come here, especially that he had played here, he'd have been an assistant coach here as well. So it was a great fit, and he's done a marvelous job. I think he's given these guys an awful lot of confidence. Very much a communicator, likes to have fun, likes to make sure that the guys are not only working hard, but having fun as they're working. And I think that's kind of been the biggest change. And there's some good young talent on this team. I mean, I think we're seeing the emergence of Holloway. I mean, the offer sheet that the Blues were able to make at the beginning of the year, getting Broberg and Holloway out of Edmonton has been just a fantastic acquisition. Both of them have really, really excelled. Some of the young kids, I mean, Cairo and Thomas are getting better and better. And even the veteran defense that the Blues have right now, bringing a guy like Fowler, with Leddy, playing Falk has played well. Suter's played well. Excuse me. So, I mean, even with Parayko out right now, they have played absolutely outstanding. So Jim has done just a marvelous job with his coaching staff, just having these guys play on the same, play for each other, play on the same wavelength all the time. And they're doing all the little things right now, and that's consequently they're having a lot of great success.
Was it a culture change, a systems change? Was it a complete overhaul? What can you pinpoint that changed?
God, I wish I could pinpoint something, but I think it's just kind of all the above what you just said. I mean, I think it was a little bit of a culture change. There's no question it was some system changes were involved, and I think it was just kind of a matter of getting everybody to believe. And I think that Monty's done a really good job getting the guys to believe in each other and play for each other, and that's exactly what they've been doing. I mean, I can honestly say that there's every one of them that is in the lineup each and every night are playing their best hockey. Goaltending, I mean, both Binnington and Hofer have been absolutely outstanding. The defense has played great, and the forwards are scoring goals. I mean, I think that we would have never expected them to be scoring at the rate that they're scoring right now. I mean, they've been averaging over 4 goals a game over the course of the last, 30 games, 25 games now, and I don't think we ever thought that was going to happen, but they're finding ways to win. They're finding ways to score. And they're having an awful lot of fun with it.
How's the hockey culture in St. Louis? It's a city I've never visited. It's on my list of sports towns because people have described it as one of the greatest sports towns in America.
It is. It's a great sports town. I mean, it's like everywhere else. So people love to see winners, and there's no question that uh, back in 2019 when the Blues won the Stanley Cup, it was crazy. I mean, you couldn't get a ticket, you couldn't get a word edgewise without talking about the Blues. So they're very knowledgeable. I mean, hockey's been around here since 1967. The people know their hockey now. There's a lot of grassroots hockey. We've got a lot of kids that. Um are being playing in college and in junior and getting drafted and first round picks. I mean, the Kachuk boys have come through here. So, I mean, the culture here for hockey is absolutely fantastic. And yes, it's a great sports town. It's always been a big Cardinal, obviously baseball town. But I think that the Blues go kind of hand in hand with the success the Blues have had over the course of the last few years. There's a lot of diehard hockey fans here as well.
You were there during the McGuire-Sosa battle, right?
Yes, we were. It was absolutely.
How was that?
It was fun. I mean, if you have never been to a Cardinal baseball game, I mean, there's nothing like it, and especially when you had a Cardinal Cubs rivalry that we have here, no different than the Blues Blackhawks. It's a huge rivalry between Chicago and St. Louis and everything. And when we had that thing going on, with the Cardinals and with McGuire and stuff, it was a special time here in St. Louis.
Do they have fried ravioli still in St. Louis?
Yes, they do. That's toasted ravioli is still the name of the game here. It's at any of the restaurants, especially if you go on the hill, the Italian section of town. Toasted ravioli is still number one on the appetizer list, and it's always fantastic.
Oh, I love it. Quickly, your take on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Do you see something different? I know you cover the Blues, but you've seen somewhat a bit of the Leafs. Are they a different team this year? Is something built better that you think they might have postseason success?
I don't know, Dan. I mean, I think that Craig Berube is a great coach. I mean, it was a big factor here when the Blues won the Stanley Cup, and the fact that he's coaching there in Toronto is certainly a plus. We don't get to see them that often. I mean, obviously when you got a Matthews and Marner, I mean, I think if there's going to be a question mark is how good are they going to be defensively, with the defense, with the goaltending. And I think that, I always look at great goaltending. I mean, the Blues have been very fortunate to have, Jordan Binnington here over the course of the last 5 years, who to me has always been one of the top 2 or 3 goalies in the league. And I think what we have with that is always so special. So, with Toronto, is Wall going to get the job done there? I think that's going to be a factor, but certainly they're knocking on the door each and every night. And you know what? I think like everybody else, there's a lot of Leaf fans out there, and I think they're all hoping that maybe this year is going to be the year. You
mentioned Binnington, and it's crazy how many people in the hockey world I spoke to during the Four Nations face-off. And I echoed what a lot of Canadian fans were saying, okay, we need to switch up the goalie. Every hockey person I talked to said, just wait. Just wait until everything's on the line. You will see the Binnington that the Blues love. And look what happened.
Yeah, Dan, that's the unfortunate thing for you guys not to see Jordan Binnington on a nightly basis. I mean, I get to do that. And even when people are saying that he's not playing well, and even when they say that his save percentage is not that good or his goals against, we watch each and every night. And over the course of the last 2 or 3 years, I mean, since the run that they had with the Stanley Cup, the defense has been pretty porous here. And he's been left out to dry an awful lot. And he gives the Blues a chance to win every night. And I think finally he's getting that recognition on the national level, because every one of us said there's no question that he's, in my opinion, and everybody that watches him, that he's one of the top 2 or 3 goaltenders in the National Hockey League. And yes, on a big stage, people finally got to see that happen. And yes, when the chips are down, Jordan is always there. And if he lets a bad one in, or if he has a bad game, which is very rare, and it's very rare that he lets a bad one in, you can guarantee that the next one is not going to happen, because his competitive nature is just so fantastic.
Bernie, this has been a real pleasure, and the happiest person, aside from me, is my brother Vince. I let him know yesterday. I said, guess who I'm talking to tomorrow? He said, who? I said, Bernie Federko. He said, "Are you serious? F off." And the reason being, I will tell you the story. A friend of his said my brother Vince looked like Bernie Federko once, and he's called me Bernie Federko for 30 years, and he gave him a hockey card that my brother, to this day, still carries in his wallet.
Well, that's a nice story. Well, you know what? I didn't know I had lookalikes, but you know what? I'll take that anytime.
That's right. Bernie Federko, card in the wallet for the last 30 years. I love it, and I love that we got to talk today.
Dan, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for watching Toronto Sports Rush on the Bet Rivers Network.